Let's begin to join our thumbs and our forefingers, and we'll invite our eyes to close. Just imagine here each breath as a stepping stone, moving you away from whatever has been top of mind for most of the day. Stepping stone, moving you more deeply close to this inner space of the self. You might imagine these stepping stones like little stairs going down and beneath the surface, and shaking off whatever your mind has been focused on, going beneath the surface layer of stress, of tension that might be held in the body, and coming into this spaciousness of your inner self. As we arrive at this spaciousness of the inner self, you might find that you're able to explore a deeper inhale, a more complete exhale. You might find that you can begin to bring yourself into our optimal breath pattern where each inhale and each exhale take about the same length of time. And slipping into this optimal breath pattern where there's no holding or pausing between each inhale and exhale. And stepping into this breath pattern where each breath is full, each breath is complete, where we can breathe into this inner space of the self and even breathe into this energetic space that extends beyond this physical self. And we'll sit here a moment with this full and complete breath in, this full and complete breath out. And just notice what softens. Notice what falls away as we come into this space. With our next breath, there's space to bring our palms towards each other. And we have room for 3 rounds of Om as we begin our practice this evening. Invite your hands to soften down and your chin to come inward. Eyes might stay closed, or we might open our eyes as we begin to bring ourselves into a circle here of your head around your neck. Easy movement. You might consciously soften your jaw, releasing any tension that might be building there. And then the next time your chin is coming in, there's space just to reverse this movement, circling in the other direction. Beautiful. Next time your chin is coming in, let's release our heels forward. Take a wiggle and a stretch into your toes here. Maybe it's the first time you've had an opportunity to think about your toes today, to give them some love and appreciation. And from just the toes, we can start to circle here into your ankles. Just notice how your feet feel as you circle here. We'll circle in the opposite direction into your ankles. Beautiful. Release this movement into your feet. If you're seated on something, you might scoot that out of the way so that you can bend into your knees. Take a lean back into your hands, and we'll find a windshield wiper of our knees coming side to side here. Nice awakening movement here. And we'll go once more in each direction. And next time your knees are pointing up, go ahead and take a seat upwards and support one of your thighs. So you can lift that heel up and we'll inhale, straighten that leg, and exhale to bend. And just inviting our movement here to become a meditative joining of movement and breath. And so each exhale is bending into your knee. Each inhale is straightening. The next time your knee is bent, we'll switch sides. No rush here. You're moving in your own time. Inhaling for an extension and exhaling to bend. And the next time that knee bends, go ahead and release your foot to the ground. Invite yourself back to a comfortable seat, perhaps seated on a blanket here. If it's available, you might switch the cross of your legs. So maybe the opposite ankle will come forward. Bring your hands to your knees, take a lean forward here to look up. Use your exhale, curve your spine as you look down. And eyes could be open or closed here. We're inhaling as we come forward, exhaling as we curve our spine in. Just feel your body receiving this movement, your inner space receiving this movement, moving not just for the physical body, but also for this energetic self. The next time you find yourself passing through center, bring your hands to your ankles and we'll continue our seated cat and cow here. Still inhaling as your heart comes forward, exhaling as your heart moves back in space. So begin to find once more a neutral spine, so neither curving nor arcing. Let's extend our heels again here. Bring the inner edges of your feet towards each other. Pull the outer edges of your feet towards your body. And then, as if your feet were a book, try to bring these soles towards each other. That's the movement. So we can breathe in as we open our imaginary book here. Breathe out as you send the soles of your feet towards each other. Beautiful. The next time the soles of your feet are pressing forward, let's again find our feet crossed, ankles crossed. Take a reach of your 10 fingers up nice and tall. And we'll exhale, coming into a rotation. Let your back hand support your body, pressing down into the ground. Let that hand pressing down help you find a length of your spine reaching upwards. Keep your chin drawing slightly in, shoulders soft, jaw soft. Feel your breath moving. Next breath, unwind, come back towards center, reach all the way up with your 10 fingers. Use your exhale coming into the second side of our seated twist. Feel that inner sense of expansion and contraction of your breath. Notice what shifts as you invite yourself into these softer holds. Use your next breath coming back towards center. Take a big reach all the way up. And we'll join our hands at heart center. Release your hands down and extend your heels now into a wide side to side shape. Really nice, wide side to side. Let's again invite some movement into our toes. Nice little stretch into our toes, really nice. Let's extend our arms now side to side. Take a wiggle into the fingers. Good. If you're noticing some low back rounding here, you might sit up on the edge of a blanket and keep that stretch of your heels away from each other. Really nice. Slide your hands forward, bend at your wrist, pointing your fingers down, and then bend at your wrist, pointing the fingers up. Good. We'll exhale, fingers pointing down. Inhale, fingers pointing up. I'm just dropping into this meditative movement, moving through our joint freeing series this evening. Beautiful, relaxing both hands down here. Let's drop our right hand down to the ground. Extend your left arm up and over, and then reach that left hand down. We'll drop our left hand and extend our right hand up and over. So we're just moving through center, inviting this movement now, not just into our shoulder joint, but starting to open into the side body. And whether your eyes are open or closed, keep your awareness inwards, moving from that deep inner space of the self. Beautiful. Let's begin to bring ourselves back towards center. Slide both heels in towards each other. And let's begin to find our way into our pose of the child. Give yourself the support that you need as we come into this pose of the child. So maybe support beneath your knees. Maybe your knees come separated as wide as your mat, giving your hips space to soften back towards your heels. If you're congested today, or if your head just doesn't want to come to the ground, you might slip a block underneath your forehead here. Give yourself support though as your head rests on the ground or on a block. Allow your body to fully meet the earth. Again, notice if you're holding tension here in your jaw. You might begin to gently rock your head side to side, massaging into your brow point here. Nice, gentle awakening of this space of inner seeing, this space of your intuition. Let's begin to bring our head into stillness if you have been in motion here. With your next breath, begin to bring yourself to hands and knees, coming into our tabletop position. Anybody's knees uncomfortable with weight on them today? Our knees are comfortable with weight today? Okay. Okay, good. Might have your blocks handy here, close enough to grab if you choose to use them. I'm going to do a little knee version of our sun salutation. So again, we're a small group, so let me know if this doesn't make sense for one of us. We don't have to do it. It is a lot on the knees. So our inhale is going to be coming up nice and tall in a kneeling position. Our exhale, we're going to bring our hands to our back and we're lowering back into that pose of the child, but this time hands behind our spine. Then we'll inhale again here, unwinding, reaching all the way up towards the ceiling. Exhale, find again that tabletop position. Good. Nice breath in, drop your belly, lift your gaze up, and we'll exhale, hips coming back, arms forward, this version of our child's pose. From here, inhale, tall, reaching all the way up towards the ceiling. Bring your hands to your lower back and we'll exhale, bowing down towards the earth. Take an inhale here, reaching tall with your 10 fingers. Exhale, we can feel our core working as we come back into that tabletop posture. Take an inhale, belly drops, chin lifts. Exhale, coming back into that pose of the child. Good. So the invitation here is we'll start to find our own rhythm. So there's that nice child's pose almost between every pose here. We're inhaling to reach. We're exhaling, surrendering back down towards the earth. And inhaling and extending up. Exhaling, coming into that tabletop position. Inhaling to a cow. Exhaling back to that pose of the child. So we'll take a few more rounds here, just following your own breath. Let this become just a meditative movement for you. Each breath, one movement. We'll do another full round here of our kneeling sun salutation. And begin gently now to walk yourself upwards. We're going to again invite our feet forward and our knees pointing up to the ceiling. Bring both knees pointing towards the right side of your mat. Maybe place your two blocks close to the right side of your mat, close enough to grab if you choose to use them here. Beautiful. And we'll take an inhale. Nice big reach up towards center. Exhale, take a rotation towards the right. And here's where if the floor feels far, those blocks can help lift the floor to you. So we're going to spend a little time here in dynamic movement. So we're inhaling to reach, exhaling to rotate. And just feel your body opening here. Each movement fully encompassed by your breath. Next time your hands meet the ground over here, or meet your blocks, there's space to pause or space to move. You're going to take what you need here. So if your body prefers more movement here, you can keep moving with your breath. If you prefer stillness, you might even bring your elbows down, maybe to blocks, maybe to your mat here, softening into this variation of our twist. You can close your eyes, going inwards to feel this inner sense of expansion of your breath and your energy. This inner release of any old energy that doesn't serve you. Imagine breathing into that limitless space of the self. Imagine cleansing as you breathe out. And for your next breath in, begin to bring yourself back tall into long arms. You might choose to bring your blocks with you as we begin to shift our feet to the other direction and our knees to the other direction. Beautiful. And we'll take that reach here, reaching up towards center. Use your exhale, bring your hands down on the left side. Inhaling to expand, exhaling, taking that rotation. And just feel this side. You might notice this side feels similar or maybe very different than that first side. Tuning in with how your body feels here. We'll have one more opportunity to reach here. Then there's that option to pause and breathe. And we're always refining our practice. So as you pause here, you might find that your body prefers to stay in movement, and you are welcome to do that. Or you might grab for those blocks and bring your elbows a bit lower here. Maybe even close your eyes. Let yourself go inwards to this sensation of softening, this sensation of releasing. Still working with that breath that fills up with each inhale, that fully empties with each exhale. And in your next breath in, we'll begin to bring the palms of our hands flat. Shift those blocks out of your way as you bring yourself back towards center, and you will find once more our hands and our knees. And again, take care of your knees here. If you need to give them a little blanket to support them, you might do that. Let's reach for our blocks and place our blocks beneath the palms of our hands, and we'll walk our right foot forward between our two blocks. Good. So as our right foot comes forward, we're finding just a nice alignment here of the center of our knee over the center of our heel. Just take a moment. Our blocks have three different heights. So give yourself the height that's available to you that will allow you to breathe fully here. So we're here and we're breathing fully into this stretch. And there's a lot happening with this stretch. We can feel this back leg stretching. We can feel some stretch happening in our front leg. Notice what feels good, what's shifting, and notice where your breath moves. One of the great yoga teachers, BKS Iyengar, says the pose begins when we want to get out of it. So when we are, okay, what's next? That's when we start to explore what is happening. How is our body, our spirit receiving this? Beautiful. On our next breath, we'll start to straighten into our front legs. So release your toes from the ground, walk your hands flat back. And again, we have these blocks to lift the floor to us, and we're pausing and breathing here. Ardha Hanumanasana, a little half split variation here. Notice what shows up. With your next breath, begin to bend into your front knee, walk your hands or hands and blocks back beneath your shoulders, and we'll bring our front knee back and our back knee forward. And take your time on this side to find that nice alignment, knee over the center of your heel, toes pointing forward on your mat. Might notice more or less flexibility here. Notice what's sustainable, what height of the blocks will allow you to come back to that optimal breath where each inhale and each exhale last about the same amount of time. Breath pattern without grasping, without pausing between the cycles of your breath. For your next breath, begin to straighten into your front leg. Allow your toes to lift, your hands to walk backwards. We're bowing our heart inwards as we breathe here. Next breath, begin to bend into your front knee. Walk your hands forward, release your knees down. Let's keep our blocks beneath our hands. We're going to take a variation of our downward dog with blocks. So want to make sure that your blocks feel real stable here. If this doesn't feel good, take your regular downward dog, what you usually do. But we'll try this. Fingers spread wide. We're gripping the blocks. Curl your toes under. Lift your hips up and press them back. A little different sensation in our downward dog. When our hands are a little higher, you might notice that your heels come more easily to the ground here. You might notice that you're more easily able to fully release the weight of your head down. Maybe close your eyes. Allow your breath to be expansive here. Big breath in. As you exhale, invite both knees to return here down to the ground. As our knees meet the earth, walk your right foot forward between your hands. Take a nice reach of your fingers all the way up towards the ceiling, and we'll bring our hands to heart center. Really lovely. Good. Bring your hands to your hips. Feel into the right and the left hip. They want to be fairly even here. If you're feeling a little unstable, curling those back toes under could give a little extra stability here. Take another inhale, reach your fingertips tall. Exhale, invite your hands to your heart. Beautiful. Do that a few times. Inhale, extending your arms tall. Exhale, hands coming to heart. Moving at your own pace. Beautiful. Next time hands come to heart, we will pause with our hands at heart center. And then we'll take a rotation towards that front knee. So we're rotating towards the right. Take a lean forward and bring your elbow to your outer knee. Roll into your top shoulder and lean into the shoulder girdle. So we've got that binding, that joining of elbow to knee, but then we're leaning a little back into our shoulder. Might look up towards the ceiling, or you might look down towards the ground. Just notice what your neck needs here. Notice where your breath goes. Use an inhale, unwind, radiate energy all the way up towards the ceiling. Exhale, bring both hands down to your two blocks. Curl your back toes under if they're not already. Lift your back knee away from the ground. We're going to hop that back foot forward halfway. Turn your blocks to their tallest height and walk your blocks forward of your front toes. Good. Hands here on blocks, and we have that support of our front foot fully on the ground here. You're gonna lift our back heel tall, lower those back toes, kissing them down to the ground. So our inhale here is we're reaching tall. Exhale, toes are gently tapping down. Beautiful. Next time your foot lifts upwards, we can pause here. Nice variation of our warrior. If you're pausing with your foot lifted, radiate energy out through your heel. Keep your gaze down, but get long through the center crown of your head as you stretch your long leg back. Stretch your heel back. Notice where your breath moves. On an exhale, lower your toes to the ground. We're going to come out just like we came in. So we're going to walk our blocks underneath our shoulders. Step that back leg even further back. We're going to invite that knee all the way down to the ground. Send your front knee back. Beautiful. Take a moment here. Bring yourself all the way down onto your belly into your Sphinx pose. Good. Depending on how your back feels, you might have a 90-degree elbow bend here. You might have a more acute angle, not just because you're cute, but to support your spine. Nice bend, whatever you need here. Bring the outer edges of your arms back, shoulder blades towards each other. Take a peek over that right shoulder. Keep your jaw soft. Keep your eyes open and looking over your right shoulder here. Rotate your eyes even further back and over that right shoulder. Inhale, coming back towards center. Release your hands down underneath your shoulders. Bring your body up to your tabletop position here, and we will reach for our blocks. Go ahead and step your left foot forward, left foot coming forward between your hands here. Good, find that alignment here that supports you. So we're tuning in if we want that extra support with the back toes curled under, tuning in with the alignment of our knee over our heel. As you feel stable in your lower body, we'll take a reach with all 10 fingers up towards the ceiling, and then bring your hands to heart as Anjali Mudra. Inhaling to expand and to reach. Exhaling, coming back to center. And the next time you find your hands here at heart center, we'll take that pause. Turning towards your left knee. Take a lean forward and we're joining knee and elbow here. Roll into your top shoulder. Take that subtle lean away from your knee into the strength of your shoulders. Keep your breath smooth and steady. On your next inhale, unwind. Radiate energy up through your 10 fingers. Send your hands down onto your two blocks. If those back toes are not already, curl them under here. Float your knee up and away from the ground, and we'll half your back foot halfway in. Walk your blocks to their highest height and hop those blocks forward of your front toes. Good. As we feel steady here with that front foot in our hands and the blocks, use an inhale, lift your long back leg up. Exhale, gently touch your toes to the earth. We're inhaling to lengthen, exhaling to return. You can always stay in motion here. If motion is what serves you best, or the next time we come into our leg long, we can pause and breathe in a supported variation of our warrior three. If we're pausing, we'll refine a bit here. Send energy out through your back heel, lengthen forward through the center crown of your head. Big breath in. If we're in stillness, we'll start to release our toes all the way down to the ground. Bring your blocks back to their shorter height as you send your blocks back on either side of your front foot. Slide your back foot further back to invite your knee to the earth, and we will send our front knee back. Bring yourself back onto your belly here, finding your favorite version of Sphinx. Good. Slight outward rotation of the upper arms. Feel your shoulder blades draw towards each other. Rotate now, looking over your left shoulder. Keep your jaw soft, eyes open here. Get a little release of the vagus nerve with the eyes open, breath nice and steady. The eyes open, we're rotating our eyes even further back and over that left shoulder. And on an inhale, unwind, facing forward. Go ahead and bring your hands underneath your shoulders here. Scoot the blocks out of your way. If the blocks are real close to you, you're going to scoot the blocks out of your way. And with your hands down, go ahead and walk your heels into an X shape. So heels towards the outer corners of your mat. Reach your arms into an X shape, arms reaching forward here. Good. On an inhale, lift all four limbs up. Exhale, relax all four limbs down. Inhale, floating up here into our locust pose. Exhale, releasing down. Moving here at your own pace. The next time your forelimbs land on the earth, cross your forearms, walk your feet closer to each other, support your forehead. We're coming into our crocodile pose here. Let the earth hold the weight of your body. Feel the movement of your breath in your back body here, expanding as you breathe in, softening as you breathe out. Yogi's choice, we can stay in stillness here, or we can find a very gentle alternate heel lift, bending at the knees, lifting one heel at a time towards the ceiling. You might choose to keep your forehead down, or you might shift to your chin supported on your forearms. And if your low back feels good here, you might try lifting both heels at the same time and taking our windshield wiper side to side movement here. Your heels moving together, both in one direction and together, both in the other direction. Begin to center your heels over your hips if they're both in motion. Extend your legs long here. Long and on the ground. Release your hands beneath your shoulders. Press yourself into our tabletop position. And we will sit ourselves up and create some support as we come into our reclining butterfly pose today. So the invitation as we come into our reclining butterfly is to take your blanket. Usually they come in this kind of rectangle shape, and we'll make it into a skinny rectangle that we can then lay back on. And we will take our blocks, bring the soles of our feet together, support our knees on our blocks, and we'll take kind of a lean back onto our blanket. And we all have different size bodies and torsos. So if this isn't comfortable, just let me know. We can also do that with a bolster. A bolster would be a bigger lift of your torso, but if you'd like some more support, just wiggle your fingers at me. Yeah. Uh, Comfortable here? Yeah. Good. Good. So it could feel really lovely to allow your arms to open by your side, rotating your palms up towards the ceiling. Eyes can close, and we're just softening here into our pose of the butterfly. This pose that invites us to reflect on all the different ways that transformation happens in our lives, in our bodies. Let your awareness stay at that touch point between the soles of your feet. And if your eyes are closed here, you can even bring your inner gaze to that point of the third eye, just between and above your eyebrows. And a great way to connect more with our inner knowing, that deep space of the inner self. But it's also a really good stress reliever, bringing a little bit of pressure to that third eye point by rotating your eyes up, bringing awareness there. Notice here in this place of supported butterfly where your breath flows with ease. Feel your inner body and your outer body nourished here. And begin to invite the soles of your feet to the ground and your knees pointing up towards the ceiling. Scoot the block the left side out of your way, and then we'll lengthen our left arm by our head and gently roll off of your blanket onto your left side. And we can scoot that blanket out from beneath your body and come all the way back down onto your spine for your Shavasana. So whatever way makes sense, just coming back onto your back body. If you'd like a bolster beneath your knees, keep your knees bent and I will bring you a bolster. If you would like an eye pillow, I will bring that to you as well. And just allow yourself to release any lingering hold that you've been maintaining over your breathing. Bring yourself into this space of integration, landing softly here so that your spirit, your energy, its physical body can integrate and take in the benefits of your practice today. And let yourself tune in here with the way your breath is moving. And the gentle presence of air at your nostrils. Begin to invite here some gentle movement into the tips of your fingers, into your toes. Allow that movement to come upwards into your wrists, into your ankles. And you might here take a big waking up stretch. And then maybe you'll pull everything in, bringing yourself into a little ball. Invite yourself to soften over onto one side if you haven't already. And we'll gently find our way back to our comfortable seat. Give yourself the support that you need as we return here to our easy seat. And take a moment to come back into our optimal breath pattern here. Feeling your balanced inhale and exhale. Feel the nourishment available to you with each breath that you take. The ability to release and relax with each exhale. And feel into the way that your breath is able to weave together this inner and outer body experience. This experience of the physical and the energetic. And with your next breath, enjoy bringing your hands to hearts. And we have a moment for a single as we close our practice this evening. Let's use our next inhale. Bowing inwards to the space that you hold within. Thank yourself for creating this time to breathe and connect today. And I am so grateful to be able to spend this time with you, breathing and connecting. Thank you. Namaste.